Hi, welcome to another episode of Tim's Garage. This particular Tim's Garage is more about trying to understand technology and some of the new technology that's coming out in vehicles and how that technology may or may not work the way we expect. Now, I know my way around vehicles. I managed to supercharge a V-Rod all on my own, dealing with the technology and getting things adapted to that. I've upgraded my Saturn Sky as a way of understanding how to work within the technology and the other items that we've got. And now lately, I wound up purchasing a new daily driver vehicle, which is my 2024 Lexus NX. And we added that to our 23 Lexus UX that we have in our fleet here at home. Today, what I'm looking at talking about is the fact that CarPlay is one of those new ubiquitous technologies that's being added to vehicles, and that technology needs to work and it needs to be available to work correctly. Now, I've been back to the dealer several times in the last 6 months. Today, I want to talk about CarPlay and being able to have CarPlay function as a technology. I've had numerous vehicles over the last 5 or 8 years with CarPlay installed in them, and it's become an absolute essential part of me being able to use my vehicle as a company vehicle. This particular vehicle has become my company vehicle, and in talking with Lexus, I've come to understand that my 2024 vehicle has the most current 2021 infotainment update. Now, as a 2021 infotainment update, it has some shortcomings. So in the next little bit, I'm going to show you some video of a couple of other vehicles, different vehicle brands. I think it's a Dodge and a Nissan, although GM, Volkswagen, and other vehicles that I've tested are all the same. I would like to illustrate that this is just my opinion, but I'm very frustrated that I'm getting inaction from Lexus regarding this being corrected. My attempt at this is to bring this to a little bit wider public profile so that those of you that have a vehicle, a 2021 through 2024 Lexus or Toyota, understand that it's not just you, which is what I was led to believe when I took my vehicle in. Every single Lexus loaner vehicle and car that I've been in all function with CarPlay exactly the same way as mine, which is incorrect and not the way it's supposed to function. Now I'll go take you to the videos that show this and how this works. Hi, we're in a 22 Durango, and I'm looking to show you exactly how it is that CarPlay is supposed to work. Currently, I've got the volume of the music turned down because I'm trying to illustrate what this is. So as it stands, music should mute when you select Siri or when Siri issues a command at every time. So I'm going to turn the music up to about 40%, which is typically where I drive when I'm alone. And I'm going to execute a command for a text message. I'm going to listen to the text message, and then I'm going to use the map function and show how music mutes in each of those instances. Text, Tim Ronick Mobile.
What do you want to say to Tim Ronick?
This is a test in a 22 Durango to see how CarPlay actually works correctly.
Sending. This is a test in a 22 Durango to see how CarPlay actually works correctly.
As you can see, it worked through. Now I got my message.
Tim said this is a test in a 22 Durango to see how CarPlay actually works correctly. Would you like to reply?
No.
Okay.
You can see how it mutes the music automatically. Okay, now I'm going to execute the map command. Directions to Honolulu Airport.
Getting directions to Daniel K. Inouye International Airport. Head northeast on Lili'o-Kaulani Avenue, then turn left onto Alawai Boulevard.
Now you'll notice how the audio drops.
At the next light, turn left.
And now
the light, turn left onto Alawai Boulevard.
Okay, so you can see that each time Siri got involved, it would reduce the audio and ensure that you could actually hear the instructions being given verbally by Siri. This is how
In 1
CarPlay,
mile, take a slight right turn onto McCulley Street.
this is how CarPlay is supposed to work. Thank you. Okay, we're in a 23 Nissan Ultima, and just a quick view of how CarPlay works in an Ultima. So I have the volume down right now. I'm going to turn the music up to normal volume when I'm driving, and then I'll go through a sequence of getting directions and how we send and receive text messages and how it mutes the volume. Okay, here we go. So we get the volume up to about where I listen. Text, Tim Ronick, mobile.
What do you want to say to Tim Ronick?
This is a test of CarPlay in a 23 Nissan Ultima.
Sending. This is a test of CarPlay in a 23 Nissan Ultima.
You can see how it killed the volume. Now once it sends the message. Alright, the message will come in.
Tim said this is a test of CarPlay in a 23 Nissan Ultima. Would you like to reply?
No.
Okay.
So you can clearly see how it worked, and it muted the volume while I tried to do my text messaging. Now with directions, it'll do the same thing. We'll move out of the parking lot here and get ready to hear the directional notifications. Oh, gotta put my seatbelt on. I think I might have the volume off. No, it's on.
Turn right.
Okay, you can see how it,
At the stop sign, turn right onto Kuhil Highway.
alright, so you can hear that it mutes the volume significantly when we've got the navigation talking to us. That's how I want my Lexus to work. Here, do one more time.
In 2.8 miles, the next stop is on your right, Java Kai.
There we go. That's how it works. Thank you very much. Okay, here we are in my 6-month-old 2024 Lexus NX. And I'm trying to demonstrate how CarPlay is not working correctly in this vehicle. Every other vehicle and vehicle brand that I drive, CarPlay works and functions as it was designed and intended, where it mutes music when you're texting and it significantly reduces music when you've got map instructions being run, and also when you try to select a phone call or a Siri instruction, it will mute the music and you'll hear the little bong prompt for CarPlay, and then it'll ask what Siri wants you to do. So I'm going to do a little demonstration of this as part of this video and show what I'm trying to illustrate to the Lexus dealer as part of a defect in the vehicle. Okay, so we'll start with some music. I'm going to put it to where I normally have volume set, which is about 38 when I'm driving on the freeway. Okay, so we've got the music playing just fine, and I'm going to try and send a text. And now you couldn't hear it. Text, Tim Ronick.
What do you want to say to Tim Ronick?
This is a test of the 2024 Lexus inoperative CarPlay. Okay, so you can't hear anything regarding the text and the send. You can see it sending the message. The text message will come in and it'll read it. And you can't hear anything with the text message. And now it's asking if I want. No. Okay, so that's completely wrong. Now I'm not going to answer that because it's another text message. We'll let that disappear. And now I'm going to use the map instructions. Directions to UPS. And you
starting route to the UPS store. Head northwest.
Okay, so you can't hear any of the instructions.
I'm pulling down my eyelids 2 at a time.
Because it
Turn left
doesn't.
onto Via La Coruña.
Okay, so it moderately reduces volume.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Puerto de Luz.
Okay, so the instructions are there and you can hear it slightly.
Turn right onto Puerto de Luz, then turn left onto Trevego Road.
But it doesn't decrease it. And if you ask to call someone,
At the light.
okay, we've got music playing, and let's say I want to call someone. When you go to activate Siri and try and call someone, you can't hear it over the music. So if I want to call Tim Ronick, only when it initiates the call. Only when it initiates the call will it mute the music. Okay. So my challenge and frustration with the CarPlay is that every other automaker that I've driven, CarPlay mutes music and mutes audio
Turn right
enough
onto
for you to be able to hear the instructions. And my frustration is that this is something that's a simple update, and yet Lexus and Toyota since 2021 have not made any improvements to this, as I've come to find out. I assumed a 2024 vehicle would have CarPlay functioning as CarPlay is designed to be done. I've contacted Apple, I've contacted Lexus, and Lexus seems to think that there's no problem with the vehicle. So I am now going to post this video and make sure that everybody understands exactly what the shortcoming is in Lexus. I bought this vehicle as a work vehicle, meaning that I use hands-free Siri and hands-free CarPlay a significant amount, and it's unacceptable that the software doesn't function as it's designed, where under any Siri command that you ask, it needs to mute the audio automatically. It shouldn't be that I have to remember each and every time, or when a text message comes in, that I need to know in advance to have the audio down before I select that message to be able to hear the message. When you've got a text message being read, the challenge we have is that the text message, you can't hear it unless you remember to turn the audio down first before you select Siri to be able to read your text messages. Okay, that's my frustration. I'll include some other things as part of the video. Okay, so with wireless CarPlay, there's one other thing that I needed to make sure I showed, and that was the difference between the Siri and the Lexus commands. So here we are, if we're driving at say 38, 39 volume, and I go, "Hey Lexus,
What do you want to do?
why don't you cancel?"
I'm sorry, I don't know how to do that yet. Say, help me to learn more about what I can do.
Cancel. So now let's try that again with Siri. Hey Siri, you can see it's activated, but you can't hear anything.
Okay, which room? Bedroom, living room, TV room, or everywhere?
Cancel.
Okay, I won't.
So you can see there's a significant difference. The fact is, Lexus Inform actually mutes all the sound, but for some reason they can't figure out how to make CarPlay mute all the sound just like Lexus. Now, it seems to be only with wireless CarPlay in Lexus, because the corded CarPlay that I will show after this for a Lexus RC350, a 2023 Lexus, seems to be able to work. There is one small limitation with the Lexus RC350 though, the wired CarPlay, once you activate Siri, you aren't able to adjust the volume in Siri. It's whatever the volume was preset to. But this here is the challenge I have. Lexus can make Lexus Inform silence all the music, but it cannot make Siri cancel all the music.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so imagine my surprise. After all the problems I've been having with Lexus and CarPlay, I find out that the 2023 Lexus RC350 they gave me as a loaner to get my tire fixed requires your phone to be plugged in for CarPlay to work. But when you plug it in like this, all of a sudden you magically have features that should be included in CarPlay. For example, we have the ability to have the volume at about 38, which is where I drive. And if I want to send a text message, text Tim Ronick.
What do you want to say to Tim Ronick?
It's amazing when CarPlay works as it should by muting the volume so it can hear you send a message. And then you can hear it read back to you.
Sending. It's amazing when CarPlay works as it should by muting the volume, so it can hear you send a message, and then you can hear it read back to you.
And we're still listening to it at 38.
Tim said it's amazing when CarPlay works as it should by muting the volume, so it can hear you send a message, and then you can hear it read back to you. Would you like to reply?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So that is how CarPlay is supposed to work, Lexus, in all your vehicles, not just some of them. And now, with regards to directions, it also mutes as it should. Okay, let's try directions. Directions to Starbucks.
One option I see is Starbucks on East University Drive in Tempe. Less than a half mile to your east, and it gets 90% positive ratings. Is that the one you're looking for?
Yes.
Getting directions to Starbucks.
And notice how it's muting the music perfectly.
Starting route to Starbucks.
And it
Head
mutes.
north on South Myrtle Avenue, then turn right onto East 7th Street.
Okay, so it gives us the ability to be able to mute the music. Okay, hold on.
At the stop sign, turn right onto East 7th Street, then turn right onto South Forest Avenue.
Okay, so notice that I've got the volume at 38. And as we follow the directions, can see, the plugged-in version of CarPlay in a Lexus, at least, RC350, seems to work correctly.
The destination is on your
This is how I wish my Lexus NX worked, and is how I expected it to work when I purchased it. So, I'm hopeful that others that have the same problem have the ability to have it corrected when mine gets corrected. Thank you. So, with the summary, as it turns out, every vehicle that I've driven with CarPlay, with the exception of Toyota and Lexus, CarPlay works as intended, and I based my purchase decision on that fact. I have a neighbor over here, all 4 of his Fords, all the CarPlay functions as per the 2 examples that I showed. My previous vehicle, which was a 23 Cadillac, it had CarPlay that functioned correctly, but unfortunately, my NX, as well as our other UX, neither of those CarPlay functions as it's supposed to function. This is a simple update, and my expectation is that they're going to fix this. So, my request of everyone watching this video is share this video, make it public, and know that if you drive a 2021 through 2024 Lexus or Toyota, you're not the only one, and no, you're not crazy. The CarPlay does not work correctly, and it's something that needs to be corrected.